What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Torrent Podcast. I'm your host, Nick, alongside co-hosts Alan and Matt. Guys, how you doing today?
Nick, doing pretty good. Hey, if I went to Las Vegas and saw Celine Dion, would you guys be down for that? Like, would you guys go with me?
No.
How do you feel about Celine?
Man, what? Canadian beauty. She's got a lot of hits. It might be like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. I don't know. Like, maybe just to see her, You're in Vegas, you're surrounded by all the neon lights. Your heart must go on, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, maybe. It's a strong maybe for me.
I would say a strong no because, well, not because of you guys. I love you guys. But I don't like Celine Dion, and I don't like Las Vegas. So, it's like a double
How many times
whammy.
have you been to Las Vegas, Matt?
Once.
Oh, weird.
12, and I hated it.
When you were 12? You mean when you couldn't drink, you couldn't enjoy the casinos, you couldn't enjoy all the shows?
If you don't enjoy it when you're 12, you're not going to enjoy it when you're almost 30.
Of course, yeah, so. That makes sense. That makes complete sense.
If you had to pick between seeing Celine or Britney Spears there, who would you pick, Matt?
Oh, Celine Dion.
Oh, my God, dude. Neither.
Celine Dion, for sure.
No, you have to pick one.
You have to pick one, though.
Celine Dion.
There you go.
All right, cool. All right, I'll take that.
There you go.
All right, so let's go to Las Vegas. Let's go see Celine.
Okay, that's not...
I did see Blue Man Group when I went to Vegas. Pretty sweet.
Oh, how was that?
Pretty sweet. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in a few places, right? Aren't they in New York City and Boston and stuff too?
Yeah, I think they're in Orlando and a couple other places too. But like, there's other bands that tour or like do residencies in Las Vegas. Like Blink-182 did a residency in Las Vegas. That would be sweet to go see them. Yeah.
That would be sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So what else is going on, guys? Anything? See any good movies lately? Listen to anything good?
I feel like I've seen a movie recently. Oh, I watched Arrival again.
Oh, yeah, tried and
Always.
true favorite.
Dude, it gets better and better, I feel like.
Yeah.
I really love that movie. So
some of the nuances too of that, you know, like once you know the twist.
Yeah,
The way they set everything up.
Right. And then you watch For Those Things again.
Right.
And it's cool.
Right.
I saw A Quiet Place recently.
Ooh, did you like it?
It was okay.
Oh, did you see Bird Box? Because that gets compared to Bird Box a lot.
I haven't seen Bird Box yet now, but
Okay.
We should watch that.
Quiet Place was cool and like had a good premise and the acting was really good. It just like there wasn't a whole ton of like plot progression in it. Like you just kind of knew what was going down and that was about it. But I guess it was like a scary film and they don't always have the best plot progression. So
Sure, I still gotta catch that, man. I've heard good things, but I gotta catch it.
You should. I really liked that movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Cool. Nice. All right, guys, you guys ready to jump into the news here?
hell yeah.
So
Let's do
ready.
it. This is the weekly download. All right, our first news story today. Guys, you know Zack Snyder, director, recently maligned on the internet. Director. He directed Batman vs. Superman, which caused a lot of controversy. He's also known for directing the Watchmen films and 300, which is kind of one of his first ones who made him famous. He's kind of... he left the production of Justice League, as we know, which caused Joss Whedon to take over the project. He's due to the... he was kind of cast out by Warner Brothers, but also at the same time it was the death of his daughter, which caused him to take a hiatus from filmmaking for a while. He is finally back. He's going to be directing a new film for Netflix, and he's kind of going back to his roots. I think he directed Dawn of the Dead, one of the remakes, which was a zombie film. And he's kind of going back to that roots, and he's going to make a new film, which is about a mercenary team like a heist team who tries to do a heist in Las Vegas in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. So kind of a crazy premise. So it's going to be like Ocean's 11 meets Dawn of the Dead. So what do you guys think about how this film sounds? And what are your opinions on the whole story in general?
Okay. Why would you be doing a heist in the middle of a zombie apocalypse?
Well, there's still money, presumably.
Don't spoil
right?
it for him. Jeez.
Yeah.
Sure, there's a reason.
I'm sure there's a reason. Yeah. I mean, like there's not too much about this film that's out. That's just kind of the overall premise. But I'm guessing maybe this is like a Walking Dead situation. Like civilization is still going on. It just happens to be zombies around, and maybe they're going to rob some casino owner in the middle of Las Vegas. But also there's zombies all over the place. I don't know. But kind of intriguing premise, I guess. See
Yeah,
where
I
this
agree.
goes.
Yeah, I think it sounds sweet. You said he directed 300.
He did.
I really loved that movie. When that movie came out, it sort of changed my life. It was just a big growth moment for me, you know?
Yeah, lots of sweaty dudes with abs just
Yeah,
cutting other
yeah.
people in half.
Yeah, it was pretty much the greatest thing I'd ever seen at that point in time.
Yeah.
So,
Really gets you
I
going, huh?
yeah, yeah, you know it. I would that was not a homosexual undertone, by the way. I
No,
just
not at all.
genuinely appreciate that.
Right, right.
Right, of course not.
But anywho, I like that. I like zombies a lot. I really love 300, so I'd give this a chance. Sounds intriguing.
Cool. Alan, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think it's a neat premise, and it'd be cool to have Zach back on the scene and doing his thing. I think Netflix always puts out pretty decent stuff for the most part, so they'll probably support him in making a pretty good movie.
Yeah, man, I know Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, by the way, I know they're raising. We talked about maybe they're raising their prices to deliver more original content. Some of the original stuff that's been released, I gotta say, it hasn't been great. I watched Polar the other day, which I think we want to try to get a review out for that with all three of us talking about it. Was not crazy about that film, even though there's some very interesting stuff to talk about in that movie. But between that and Bird Box, a lot of people say is kind of trash, to be honest.
What? Really? I thought
Yeah.
that got rave reviews.
Some people loved it. Other people thought it was just kind of bleh. So I don't know. I think the Netflix originals are hit or miss. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when this comes out. I have faith in Zack Snyder though, and also they got that Triple Frontier movie, which is also coming out on Netflix, I believe, with that Ben Affleck, with that special forces team in the jungle trying to
Yeah, that
rob the
looks good.
cartels or whatever. Yeah, that looks awesome too. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Okay, next. Speaking of Zack Snyder and Justice League, it's now official. Ben Affleck is no longer Batman. He has exited the role. He's officially turning over the helm to whoever the next Batman film is going to be, or the next Batman is going to be. They're already developing the next Batman movie, which is so far called The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, who directed the newest Planet of the Apes movies. And Matt Reeves had came out and said that this new version of Batman that he's going to create is going to be the most detective noir film that we've ever seen in a Batman film. So they're really going to focus on the detective aspects of Batman. So him finding clues, kind of like a Sherlock Holmes kind of thing, and just being an awesome detective, and hopefully we get some badass action sequences along with that. So what do you guys think of Ben Affleck no longer Batman? And then also, how does this new Batman film sound to you?
I think it sounds awesome. Detective? I think first of all, I think that's very cool. I really like all Sherlock, just like movies and TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock was awesome. I thought those two movies were two of my favorites, and this is probably going to be like that because Batman fights and will also be like using clues and stuff. I think that sounds great, and that's very intriguing to me. So
I think so too. Like it's one of the Batmans we haven't seen yet. I mean, we've gotten kind of like this big brawler Batman and like the Batfleck, and then we've gotten kind of this crime drama-y Batman with the Christian Bale Batman, and of course we've gotten the campier Batmans like the Adam West Batman and the George Clooney Batman. So this would be an opportunity for them to do something kind of different with Batman and really kind of go from there.
I agree. I'm very intrigued. I think it sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I think it kind of reminds me a lot of the Arcane, like a game series where you're kind of more of like a stealthy Batman going around trying to kind of solve things and using more of like your wits and that kind of stuff. And those are really successful games and people love those games. So I think it's cool that they're doing a movie that's kind of more based on that style Batman, where it's a little more of like a detective type and more of like a stealth type, and not always just constantly fighting some big villain type of thing. So
I agree with you. Yeah.
And Ben Affleck's still involved, right? He's just not going to be Batman. He's still like helping to produce it.
No, I think he might be involved to some capacity. I don't know. It's been rumored that they might do like a flashback, so it's Ben Affleck present day, and then kind of flashback, excuse me, and then have it be like a younger Batman or something like that. But
okay.
I don't know. It sounds like he might not be involved with the Batman at all. So I don't know. We'll find out when we find out what it's going to be. Yeah. All right, now switching over to the other side of the aisle here, going from DC to Marvel, our next news story. It's been officially announced through the Russo brothers that Avengers Endgame is going to have a 3-hour runtime.
Wow.
And they are also considering, which I don't think they need to do with this, but maybe possibly having an intermission halfway through, just to give everyone a little bit of a break, take a big pee break so they don't miss anything. I'm kind of in favor of it. I tweeted it out from the Torrid podcast account this week. Let's get classy up in this bitch. Give me a full intermission. Let's dress to the nines, showing up to Avengers Endgame. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Oh, that sounds fun. I love the intermission idea.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So totally support that. I also think 3 hours is pretty long. So,
well, Titanic was 3 hours long.
That's right.
That was really good.
Yeah, and that was also
pretty monumental movie.
It was a big movie.
That shit came on 2 discs. Do you remember that back in the days when they had DVDs?
I think
disc 1 and disc 2 for that.
Would have been a little bit rated more highly if it had an intermission and people got a chance to.
I think it did have an intermission. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you had the 2 discs. You had the flop discs. There was an intermission.
Yeah, but in the theater, I'm pretty sure there was an intermission during the theater.
Oh, really?
Because I think they changed reels or whatever back in the day when it was still. Yeah.
Oh man.
Wasn't that like 3 VHS tapes too? I'm pretty sure.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
47 mini discs.
16,000 floppies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Movies are just getting so long now, and I would love an intermission because I'm drinking so much soda because I obviously buy the largest size popcorn I can get.
Right. Then Alan kicks it down the hall.
Yeah.
Who leaves in the middle of the aisle? Why are we bringing this up again?
All right, you know what? Wait. Yeah. Okay, that's on me.
But 3-hour runtime doesn't bother me. I think this is one of these event films. This is a culmination of all the individual superhero movies, so I don't mind it being longer because they have a lot of story to tell and a lot of characters to include. So this is an event film for me. This is going to be a big deal, so I have no problem with it being 3 hours, and I get to sit there and just kind of take it all in, especially for movie lovers. I think if you're really into movies, like 3 hours doesn't really bother you that much, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm glad that they chose to make it a little bit longer so they get a little more time to really get the story right without rushing anything and really tell exactly the story they want to tell and come to hopefully a satisfying conclusion.
In this situation, I agree with that. I'm fine with 3 hours. I do think an intermission would be really nice.
Yeah,
that would be my only complaint because then you have to like find the time where you can go to the bathroom and stuff like that. So
right, right. Any thoughts?
Yeah, that's good. I think it's a cool idea to have it so long too, just because I don't know if you mentioned this before, Nick, or who it was, but there's like a good chance that some of the characters in this might like be gone kind of forever, and so like it'll be good to kind of pay the due diligence to if Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man kind of goes away, or if like some of the more older characters that have been around for so long, if they kind of phase them out in this movie, like really give them their due diligence, like the XMen movie, I think it was called Logan. Logan, yeah, where like it really paid a good due diligence to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. That was just really cool. So.
Right, I agree with you, man, for sure. Yeah. So speaking of Wolverine and X-Men, Marvel announced that they are looking for a new actor for Wolverine, meaning that they're officially kind of saying that the X-Men are going to be folded into the MCU at some point. So somewhere in the near future, after Avengers Endgame, further down the line, they're going to start introducing the X-Men into this universe, and they're going to be a whole nother set of cast of characters within this overarching plot that is the MCU. So what do you guys think about that?
I I mean, I think that's cool. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Alan looks kind of like Wolverine right now, so maybe he will.
Yeah, with that beard.
Would you accept Alan? I don't know.
I mean, I'd have to shave this and kind of get the mud or the chops going, but yeah.
Yeah, the chops, right? Got to grow out your hair a little bit and like spike it
Yeah.
in the corners.
Shove
They
some
probably
metal into my
they
face.
probably
Right.
had Alan in mind when they made that decision, right?
Yeah, his body type, tall, slender.
Yeah.
That's definitely the Wolverine type,
Definitely Wolverine type for sure.
Honestly, I think this is cool. I think rolling it at first, and when they were rolling into the universe, I was kind of like, God, when are they gonna stop? And then I was like,
They're not.
they're probably never gonna stop. Obviously, that's their whole plan, and
Yeah.
I mean that's fine. That's fine that they're not gonna stop. That's exciting. That's cool. So I think it's cool. I think it's neat. Yeah.
Alan?
Yeah, I think they're a good set of superheroes, and I think they're fun and interesting and a good premise to like a movie and a good storyline, and they're characters that have been around forever. So I think it makes sense to include them in the MCU universe or MC universe. But
Are you happy that they're going to be in the movie space, or would you rather? Because I know like last week we talked about them maybe having a TV series where they can really develop the characters. Would you rather see them in a TV setting, or would you rather see them on the big screen with the likes of Captain America and Iron Man and Thor and Hulk and all that stuff?
I think I still kind of stand by my original statement that I'd rather see them in the TV space. It just seemed kind of awkward to work into like the Thor universe because it's like, well, there's kind of already a universe there with people being mutant or not mutant. It's kind of like worked into the whole, like the whole world there, and it would be weird to kind of synergize that with what's going on in like Avengers and that kind of stuff because it doesn't quite fit. But yeah, we'll see what they do.
Yeah. I think it's I'm kind of on the fence. You know, I'm happy that they're going to be wrapped up with the MCU, but I think I'm kind of leaning towards I'd like to see them in the TV universe and kind of build that way and really tell a really good story, because there's a lot of stories to tell with all them, and there's so many characters as it is in the X-Men that that I think it would serve them better to do a really solid TV show as opposed to the movies. But we'll see how it goes. And then also on the Marvel side, guys, Disney's announced that the future Deadpool entries will still be rated R. There was some fear in the past about Disney kind of neutering Deadpool a little bit for the sake of all audiences, and they were going to drop down to maybe like a PG-13 rating. But it's official. It's going to remain a rated R film. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I mean, Deadpool is definitely a character that's meant to be rated R, and it's meant to be a little bit more grotesque, and it's really meant to target adult audiences. It's not meant to target younger kids. He's just not that type of superhero character. It's definitely somebody that was made for a more mature audience. So
sure,
I think they're doing the right thing here, and I think it'll still bring in plenty of revenue for them and really target the audience that it's meant to target. So
yeah.
No, not really. I'm not big on Deadpool. I saw the first one and thought it was pretty funny, but
boo, Matt.
Well, next time we hang out, we can watch the second one, and maybe I'll change my mind. Who knows?
Is it Ryan Reynolds that you don't like, or
no?
just the character?
He is such a talent. It's I don't know. It didn't really. It was funny. It was fine. I didn't find it like particularly funnier than some of the other ones, and the action was good. It was cool. It was just fine to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay,
yeah.
All right, moving on to some video game talk. So, guys, we all know the company BioWare. Made the Mass Effect franchise, made Knights of the Old Republic, made a little game called Jade Empire.
Oh,
anybody remembers that game? Well, EA. So EA has filed a new trademark for Jade Empire. So that's leading to some speculation that there might be a Jade Empire sequel on the way. What would you guys think of a potential modern rendition of Jade Empire? So we're looking at single-player adventure, story-driven adventure, a la Mass Effect or something like that, but taking place in like a feudal Japan or somewhere in Asia, where you get a mixture of all the different Asian cultures and heavily focused on martial arts combat.
In all reality, it's probably going to be a feudal Japanese battle royale game that they're going to end up releasing, if we're being honest.
Yeah, the way things have been going,
know, right?
another
Jeez.
battle. Yeah,
It's gonna be you're gonna drop out of a zeppelin and you're gonna choose which samurai you want to be. And actually, that sounds kind of fun. So I'd still play that.
Sounds
But I love Jade Empire. It was such a cool game to like pick your character and like pick the moves that you're gonna have, like the styles that you're gonna have, and the story was pretty cool and just like exploring. Like it was like a pretty awesome epic adventure, but with like martial arts.
mm-hmm.
I feel like, in like now, like in 2019, 2020 maybe, releasing a game like that would be really cool and not super common.
Yeah,
I loved Jade Empire, so I would love another one. I would even love a well.
I wouldn't want them to do remastered. I would just want a brand new entry.
So I get that. I would like if I had to pick like one or nothing.
Yeah.
Like if I had to pick a remaster or nothing, I would like a remaster in a new engine, so like we get some cool ragdoll physics and stuff.
For sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, like kick to the face and then like a limp body just goes flying. Oh, love that. So I think that sounds great. I
would love it if we could do like a PvE multiplayer kind of story.
Yeah.
Like
That's a good point.
Same style of game like a Mass Effect or Knights of the Republic, but PvE, single player campaign, but online co-op. Maybe like you remember how Halo was, where you could play the main campaign, but you could have your friends play with you, play all the levels with you, like that kind of thing, but with friends. So you can really get a well-rounded party and go play the game with all that. I think that'd be sweet.
Totally agree about the multiplayer. I forgot to mention that earlier. That would be the one thing is single player is fine. I don't know if I'd play it now, but multiplayer definitely. So,
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if they didn't add a multiplayer with how popular that is nowadays. So.
Right? You need to have multiplayer basically now.
It's almost essential for the longevity of the game. Like it'll have legs if it has some sort of multiplayer element.
I guess that's true. I guess there's still like Breath of the Wild and Skyrim and stuff like that, or like Skyrim type stuff that is.
But most people are playing those games once and then they'll move on to whatever the next game is, right? It's very rare that a lot of people will play it multiple times, I guess, just because you put so many hours into it initially, right?
Right.
So I don't know.
Maybe they'll do like a Red Dead type thing where they'll have like a sprawling single player story.
Oh,
but
it'll be like that one MMO game we tried out for a while. Remember that? What was it called?
the martial arts one.
Yeah. What was it called?
Oh my gosh, was it Wushu Online or something like that?
Oh, I forget the name of it.
I'm not even sure if that's what it was called. But we played that a few times. That was kind of neat.
Yeah. That was all right.
But, yeah, I agree.
Well, anyway, speaking of battle royale games, we got a new battle royale game to talk about.
I only played it once. I shouldn't have this strong of an opinion on it. I've only played it once.
So this game kind of came out of the blue. I don't think I don't remember hearing too much about this game. It just kind of dropped. And this game, Apex Legends, was developed by the guys who made Titanfall. And if you keep going back, it's Respawn Entertainment or Respawn Studios or something like that. Those guys used to be part of Infinity Ward and were instrumental in the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So they helped develop the Modern Warfare and bring Call of Duty to where it was. Once Activision acquired the Call of Duty franchise, they kind of go, you know what, we're out of here. We're gonna go make a new game. They end up making Titanfall, and then they became Respawn Entertainment or Respawn Studios, whichever. And then they made the Titanfall 1 and 2. And now they're kind of doing their own thing with this Apex Legends. So you got guys who know how to develop a first-person shooter, making a kind of Overwatch-style battle royale game with some solid gunplay. So, Matt, me and you had a chance to play a round of Apex Legends. I don't know, Alan, if you had a chance to play it at all yet or not yet.
I have not, but I'm very much looking forward to it.
Okay. So let's give some of our first impressions of the game and kind of give some highlights.
Okay, so it's very similar to Fortnite feel. The weapons are very cool and very bright and color coded and stuff like that. The graphics are also
pretty good.
Like probably a mix of like Fortnite and
it's kind of Borderlands
Black Ops
cell shaded, but a little bit more
that's
realism
that's
to it. It's not quite as cell shady as Borderlands. I would say Overwatch is probably a good comparison to what.
Oh, that's a great comparison.
Yeah.
I really liked the game. I had to I think I have to tweak some of the settings, the controls a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And the game we played was a little stuttery, but overall it was super fun.
Yeah.
We got into some cool like firefights and stuff like that, and it seems like you stay alive, you have like a little bit more health. Like it's harder to kill people.
Yeah.
Which I actually think it's similar to Overwatch compared to like Call of Duty, and I actually really like that because so many times I'll be playing Black Ops or another like PUBG or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and just like one shot and you're like below half health, and then one more shot and then you're dead.
Yeah.
And with an assault rifle, it's like 3-hit kills. And in this game, like I hit someone with a shotgun like 5 times or something like that. And I think I like that because it's more of like a longer battle, and you don't feel like you just got cheated or just like one shot killed, which I really like. The thing I think about this game that's really important is that it's introducing a lot of new mechanics that are like going to revolutionize battle royale, and I wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite and Blackout start to get the features that right like, oh, Blackout is introducing a new like ping system that they'll call their own thing, and so basically like Apex Legends has this like context sensitive pinging system where you can basically cooperate so well with your teammates by pinging things, and you don't even have to communicate, and you could do it faster basically than if you were to communicate. So
like Alan, if you know how like when we play Blackout or PUBG or something like that, and like I'm in our house and you need a backpack and there's a backpack here, instead of saying backpack on me, I could just be like, I can ping the backpack, and then it stays on your map, and you can just find it yourself, and I can keep looting.
Oh yeah, that's super useful.
And then there's another ping feature, I think, where you just double tap the button on, like, if you see an enemy across the way, it'll just let them know, hey, there's an enemy over here.
Yeah, it's really great. Really,
which is nice because like we're always constantly being like, oh, it's at northeast, or it's at like 70, and you're like, wait, where is that? And like, what is it in reference to you because you're over here and I'm over here?
Right.
Yeah, that's super nice.
Definitely, it's really cool. There's a few other pings you can do. One of them, like when we ran into this like compound of buildings, there was all these open doors and like open supply chests and stuff, so I could ping somebody's been here, and then when you ping, your character says, like the character model says like a specific
like a phrase,
video, like audio file kind of thing. And so like if I found a backpack and pinged it, it would stay up on the map and it would say backpack here, or like ammo here, or that kind of thing. So it's all context sensitive. It's really, really great.
Yeah.
And I think I bet you Fortnite will come out with that soon, and and that kind of stuff. But the other thing that I thought was the other one I was gonna say is the like respawn, and I effed up today, and I should have gotten Nick's thing, but like Nick, if someone dies, you can run up to their like dead stuff and take their, I think it's called like a banner card or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a card that sort of like represents them, and then you can go to like a respawn station and you can call in I believe I haven't done this, but I believe that's how it works.
Yeah.
You call in, like, you go to the station, which is pretty exposed, I think. It's kind of risky, but you call in a respawn, and then this big ship comes down, and the person jumps out of it, but they have no gear or anything.
Right.
So it's not like overpowered, but it's really cool so that if you're on a squad and you die, you don't be like, well, I'm going to go do the dishes real quick while my squad finishes this round. You kind of are invested to stay in there and help them out, because if they get your banner card, you know that you could come back. And I think that's a very cool mechanic. So
yes,
I just thought it was great.
Now, did I also hear you guys mention that it's like a class-based kind of style, where like not everyone is exactly equal when you first drop in?
Correct. So there's different characters, and like there's like a medic character which provides healing. So like their ability, their L1 ability has like a little portable med robot that'll heal you. So if you heal your guy, I'll just follow them. And then her other ability, I think her passive ability, is when you're respawning somebody when they're downed, it throws up a shield in front of her so nobody can hit you. So you've got a little bit of a cover as you're reviving your teammate. Another guy has there's like a tanky guy who has like an artillery strike that comes down and hits people. I was using the character called Bloodhound, which is pretty much a tracker. Like, you can reveal footsteps of the enemy characters. It'll do like a little pulse sensor thing to let you know what enemies are in the area. There's another person called Pathfinder, which is pretty much just like a mobility. Like, they can shoot. They got like a zip line. They can zip line up to ledges and scout and stuff like that. Yeah. So there's
is there like a level up kind of system to like those classes, or it's what it is when you get it, or like can you progress any farther in like what you're doing?
I haven't played that far to know yet. I did see other characters with little emblems on their player card when we load in. So I don't know if there's mods you can get per character that affect your stats, or if it's just a cosmetic thing. I haven't dived that deep to find out yet, but yeah. Oh, and another thing, there is loot boxes, but all the loot boxes are mostly cosmetic. So it's just skins for the gun and
all cosmetic.
Yeah. So
good.
I think that's much more understandable than what Call of Duty does, because Call of Duty we all paid $60 or however much,
right.
a decent premium to get the game. Then they're like, oh, here's all these loot boxes and stuff like that that you can buy and get stuff like that with. And I don't really like that, but for this game, that's a much easier pill to swallow, especially for Alan. And I was thinking about this. I know when Nick was telling us about this game, I was like, wow, a game by EA that has microtransactions, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nightmare. But really, it reminds me of League of Legends, where you're not like remember when we played League of Legends, we all just liked to buy each other those things, like we got like for birthdays and stuff, we would just get each other like riot points or whatever. It was fun to do that, and we were totally fine because we didn't pay any money up front, and we got so much enjoyment out of it that we were just like, yeah, you deserve this. That's how I think I'm going to feel about this game. The skins seem pretty cool, and I'm gonna wait, obviously, but I bet you.
And there's not the crippling time investment of hour and a half that you have to waste per match.
Yeah,
with like League of Legends. Yeah.
Nick and I, when we played our game today, we were the second to last squad, and we were like doing a little like showdown.
Yeah, it was 3v2. Yeah. The other squad had 3 guys. It was just the two of us because I had died early. And man, it
sucked because like the random guy we got paired with was awesome.
Yeah, he was incredible. Shout out to that guy, whoever that was. Wow.
He like killed a guy at the end. I downed some guy, and then the last person killed both of us, and it sucked. But that was like so essentially like the longest possible game that we could have been in, and it was probably a half hour, right?
I was really hoping we'd win that one because that would be your first match, Matt, and if you won your first match of the game, that would have been your favorite game of all time.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I'm not surprised though. I was still learning a lot of stuff, and but I mean that's a testament to how like accessible the game is. So
yeah, and I still have to get used to the bullet drop and everything. It's a little bit different from Call of Duty, especially shooting distance. There is a little bit of a lob effect that you have to put on it, which I think takes some skill and makes it a little more challenging. But I mean, other than that, up close, mid to close range combat, pretty easy. I mean, you can jump right in from Call of Duty. It feels almost the exact same. So yeah, we'll have to play with you, Alan. We'll have to get you in.
Yeah, it's got the potential to be like our go-to game next. So
yes,
very excited to see where this is going.
I don't want to rate the game just yet. I want a little more time with it before we give an official review for it. But so far, our first impressions have been relatively positive with the game, having a good time. So we'll have more. Maybe we'll do an official review once everyone's played some of the game. All right, cool. Let's dive into some music picks here, guys, and we'll wrap up the episode. So, what you guys got today for music picks?
Oh my gosh. The song I picked is called Shiny Happy People by R.E.M. And it's not new, obviously. Yeah. But it's just so like upbeat. The guitar part is just like classic 90s and just really catchy and fun. And like it's like the dead of winter, like the butthole of the year, and everyone's miserable and just wanting some warmer weather. So like this song gets me pumped up for when things are going to finally start to get warmer and we can like go outside more and stuff. So this song is getting me through the winter again. So
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
I can go next. My pick was from it's by a band called Emarosa, and it's called Givin Up. this band is yet another post-hardcore band that's now kind of embraced this poppy side of music, and they've kind of reinvented themselves. This is like maybe the third or fourth band I've mentioned here that's kind of done that in past years. And this new album they came out with, I think it came out last year or this year, 2019 it came out. And this whole album is kind of like a pop dance rock track, and it's got really good vibes. A lot of these songs are really fun, just jams. And the song "Givin' Up" is pretty good. It's like their big single. It's the most accessible one you can find, but there's a couple really good tracks on their album called Peach Club, and it's just I like the vibe of this album. I'm going to be listening to it for a while because it's a really enjoyable listen.
I totally agree. I think the song sounds just so great. I'm really excited that you said the same that like information about the album being similar, because I love this type of music. I think it's like rock that's accessible to everyone right now. And I love the upbeat dance type of feel. It's so really excited to check out more from these guys.
And we've had this discussion before about is rock dead and everything, and I think for a way to rock to kind of come back, this might be one of the avenues in which gets people really talking, is this really bright, happy, kind of accessible music that just kind of makes you want to get up and dance, even though it's still rock and there is a little bit of electronics, but it kind of brings you right back. So if this is the trend, I'd be happy to see it until so many people do it that we get sick of it, and then it's going to go back a different direction, and then we just rinse and repeat until the end of time. But for now, I'm feeling it. It's good. It's good to see these post-hardcore bands kind of stop all the screaming, because it kind of gets tiring after a while, and just kind of make music that everybody enjoys and is more of an easy listen and people can sing along to. Most importantly, that's great.
Totally agree.
Cool. And then finish this off. My pick is by an artist named R.E.M. This is an artist I think Matt actually showed me originally a while back, and just been one of my favorite artists for a long time. It's a guy named Sam Beam that goes under the name R.E.M. Has a lot of really, really great songs. It's more of a very like alternative, very folk feel to it, where he kind of uses like a banjo in some songs, and it kind of just does this thing. My pick is Upward Over the Mountain. It's just a very like cute and kind of thoughtful song about the relationship between a son and his mother. And like every time I listen to it, I get all teary-eyed and like want to call my mom and just tell her I love her and stuff. So it's a really good song, and he's got a lot of other really good tracks. So if you're missing your mom, check him out. Or if you want to hear some other good alternative music, check out some of his other songs. So
nice, good pick.
My mom comes to visit Virginia every other week, so I'm pretty confident about
just
that.
wait.
But anyway,
just wait till it shows
up. But I'm really happy you picked R.E.M. I'm actually not a big fan of this song though. I don't really I just don't like the melody that much. Mm-hmm. But really respect R.E.M. I don't know. I guess I like another style of his songs, but this good pick though. R.E.M. is cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Nice. Any final thoughts before we end for today?
No, we'll come back with our official review of Apex Legends next when Alan goes out and buys a PlayStation 4 so we can play it tonight right after this podcast.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for doing that, Alan. For the
it's only like $100. I can do that.
Yeah.
Two PlayStation 4s.
The PlayStation 5 is coming out like next year essentially.
Not ready for that yet.
I'm not either. I need to buy a new computer. This thing, I'm surprised it's lasted as long as this podcast has been going on, because it's not doing well.
All right, guys, good episode. All right, we'll talk to you next week. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that's it for this episode of The Torrent. Thank you all for listening. Download, rate, and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast service. If you want to get in contact with us, feel free to send us an email, thetorrentpodcast@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter @TheTorrentPod. We'll see you guys next time.